Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Pokemon Platinum PokéRadar FateLocke. In the last episode, for once in basically the whole series, I recorded at night. And we went around exploring to all kinds of places that I wanted to wait until we were playing at night to do. Like go back to the old Chateau, explore that, and get some cool items like the TM for Substitute. And we even caught a Rotom named Plasmius. And then we went to the Galactic Building in Eterna City and played around with some electrical appliances that we can only do because we have all of the key items, because of the change in this playthrough, being the PokéRadar FateLocke. We have all of the key items, and that allowed us to go change Plasmius' form. And currently, Plasmius resides in the PC as the Fan Rotom, and I'm actually really considering using Plasmius. I think that'd be really cool. And we also went to the Lost Tower, because we didn't do that in the episode before that. And we caught ourselves a Duskull, which is really cool. So, and we talked to this guy, it's a different day. I failed to bring the Pokemon he asked for, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, what does he want today? He wants Roselia. Well, I don't have Roselia. I'm not allowed to get a Roselia, so we're not going to have a Roselia for him. I just thought I'd check, because why not? Another thing I'd like to do is buy some Super Repels, because we're going to need to repel our way through the grass, and I only have one left from running back and forth to Eterna City to go to the Eterna Forest. You guys know what I'm saying. How are we doing on the Super Potions, by the way? Let's just buy 9 of these. We've got money, and money will soon no longer be an issue, because I can actually go farm money at the Socialites south of Hearthome, I think. Yeah, I could access them right now, so that's probably where I'll do training once I go ahead and train up some new Pokemon, which is something I kind of wanted to talk about here for a moment. I'm actually thinking about changing my team around drastically coming up in the next few episodes. So, I've been saying I'd like an electric type. Plasmius is an electric type, obviously, and it's also a ghost type, which would be really good to have on the team for fighting against Maylene. We can't get an encounter here. There is no Pokemon that we can actually get in the grass. We have to do a PokéRadar Pokemon. Everything else we have already gotten or isn't eligible. But Plasmius would be really cool. And I've been saying, oh, I'd love to evolve our Eevee. Maybe we'll do Jolteon. Well, if I do Plasmius, we won't want to do Jolteon. Instead, I might go for Espeon, because that would also be really good for Maylene. Although, it wouldn't have any Psychic-type attacks until we could teach it moves from the Move Relearner, which isn't until Pastoria, but we can actually go down there. I probably won't do that. I probably won't do Espeon, but I also want to use our Chansey in the PC, maybe. That depends on the Pokemon that we get on this route. So what I'm thinking is Dimmadome is going to stay on the team, along with Trap. I want those two to stay on the team for a long time. Same with Oswald. But Goofy, Helamoth, and Dan, I could actually see myself replacing coming up here soon, and maybe we'll use them again down the line. I want to use variety, and right now our whole team is pretty much weak to electric, being Trap, Dan, Goofy, and Helamoth, and I want to completely remove the electricity weakness for the most part, other than Trap. Just because I don't want to share a ton of weaknesses. That will really become a problem with the FateLocke down the line. So, I'm thinking of getting rid of Helamoth for whatever Pokemon we catch on this route, or Grandmama, after Maylene, because I don't want to go ahead and have a really weak normal type against fighting. You know, that wouldn't go too well. So I'm not going to do that until after, because Helamoth might be good for Maylene. That'd be good to have on the team. Same with Dan, but maybe we'll get rid of Goofy this episode or next episode for Plasmius, because that'll be really good for Maylene, and maybe that would actually be our star player. And then I was thinking of training Woodstock up instead of Trap, just for Maylene, because Trap will not obey us after level 30, and the level limit is 32, so we're going to have to go ahead and think about that. That's kind of the plans for right now, and I would like a water type. And Dan doesn't have any water moves, but Goofy does, so I might even leave Goofy on the team. I've been saying, hey, we'll remove Goofy. I might just replace Dan and Helamoth and keep Goofy around for a little while. I know that'd be an electric weakness, but we do need a water type of some kind, and the only other water type we have, since we can't evolve our Eevee into Vaporeon because of my rules, we have to, the only other water type is our Shellos, which wouldn't be weak to electric. I've been thinking about it, but do I really want to use Shellos? It just seems kind of bland. But I mean, I've never used one, so it's definitely an option. If you guys want to see Gastrodon over Goofy, let me know. But if not, you know, I'm just wasting a repel at this point. But I did want to go ahead and lay out my thoughts that I was having on the team matter. I would like to change things around here frequently, or at least soon, because I like all of these guys, but I'd like to get some new Pokemon a chance. I've even seen a suggestion for Bastiodon, which would be really cool because we'll be able to evolve it really soon. But I'm really loving Dimmadome. Dimmadome's something I wanted to use when I came into this playthrough, and I'd rather have him as our Steel type than Bastiodon for right now. But if something happens to Dimmadome, we've got Shieldon in the PC, so that's something to consider as well. So we have a Pokemon to catch. That Jogger can't actually fight us. Can you do the PokéRadar in this grass? I'm pretty certain you have to be able to. Anyways, let's see if we can get our encounter, because we can only get a PokéRadar Pokemon here. No. Oh, no. Where's the regular grass? Because if there's not regular grass here, then you can't get the Pokemon that I'm thinking of. And I'll be so sad. No, we're not doing that double battle. Not yet. Uh-oh. I'm confused here. Searby said that you could get a Pokemon in the PokéRadar here on the south side. I'm confused. Can you not use it in this grass? Well, then where is the area I'm thinking about? There's a specific Pokemon you can get here that I really, really wanted to use, but it doesn't seem there's any short grass. But Searby listed that you can get Miltank or Tauros in the grass here with the PokéRadar. I have my phone pulled up on Searby from when I was checking the encounters on the other area. Let's go ahead and check that out here. It says the south, you can get a PokéRadar Pokemon. Am I losing it? Because on the north, they're not the same. In the north, you get a Bagon. In this area, I'm actually counting as two separate areas as well. Am I just not seeing something here? Well, I didn't mean to run into the grass here. Please don't be something that I can actually get. Geodude doesn't count, that's right. Alright, scare me for a second. We used Geodude in our last Platinum playthrough. I didn't know my Repel wore off. I must not have been paying attention. Can you, like, cut the grass or something and have it turn into normal grass? No? What? Where is this grass? I don't want to fight her with Goofy. She has, like, an Elekid, I think. Alright. I don't want to get too close to the Psyduck up there. I might break the game. Aw, I'm sad. Can we not get a Miltank? That's like what I wanted to use so bad. I mean, I guess that means we're going to have to use Grandmama. I've been, like, that was one of the main PokéRadar Pokemon I wanted. What is this? Is there no regular grass here? Can you use it here? I'm so confused right now. Give me a second, guys. I actually really want to check this before we actually make any progress in the episode. Just give me 1 minute. Sad, sad times have ensued, everybody. I am very sad because I wanted to add this Miltank to my team, like, nearly immediately. Well, I mean, after Maylene, because, you know, we don't want to have any normal types on the team that weren't on the team before. When we fight Maylene, that would be kind of silly. But I was correct. Oh, I forgot about this trainer. That sucks. Ah, I still have Goofy up front. I mean, maybe this is the girl with the Magby. I don't know. Some of them have an Elekid, one has a Magby. We'll find out. Amber. Yeah, she has a Magby. That's perfect. All right, Goofy, who you fighting with? A 1, so I get to pick. Well, then I'll go do Dimmadome just in case this is the girl with the the Elekid. But what I was saying was, I was correct about the fact that on the south area you get Miltank and Tauros, and in the north you get Bagon. Well, wait, we're trapped in a vortex. I mean, it's just an Elekid. No, the Elekid's on the other trainer. How did I forget that? Of course it is. That's where I trained in the last Platinum Wedlocke for like 100 hours because the girl has a Happiny as well. So this girl's a Togepi. That's right. All right, I guess we'll stay in. I don't think I can switch, but it might have released the vortex. But that little area past the Psyduck is still the south section, meaning Miltank and Tauros are locked until I can get past the Psyduck, which isn't the end of the world. We just won't be able to get a Miltank or a Tauros or an encounter here regardless until after Wake. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You have the secret potion. This is Cure the Psyduck. I'm not going to risk that. If I did that, it might skip an entire section of events, like everything that happens in Pastoria, and then we would be in big trouble because I wouldn't have, like, I wouldn't be able to continue it. I'd have to go to Solaceon Town, and I would skip a whole bunch of story stuff Not going to do that without knowing the outcome. If I knew what the outcome was going to be, then yeah, maybe, but no, we're not going to do that. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put Oswald up front. We're going to fight some trainers. I can't actually get an encounter here, like I said, until after Wake, so I'm going to roll the dice before this double battle beforehand, and Oswald gets to fight with a 6, meaning Oswald and, well, Goofy are going to fight, which is good. That's basically the perfect case scenario, because these two have Rapidash and Ponyta, from what I remember. Which, I don't know why I didn't leave Goofy in the start. I don't really know what I was thinking there. Don't ask me questions. Hey, it works out, because I would have rolled Oswald anyways. So we're going to fight Ava and Matt. They're Ponyta and their Rapidash. They're under-leveled, cheated, hacked Rapidash. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't catch level 24 Rapidash, at least in this game. We're going to fake out the Rapidash, and then we're going to Bubble Beam the Rapidash, just because I want to get it out here. It's much more threatening than the Ponyta. Not that I feel like it... Wow! Oswald, you force! Even if Bubble Beam gets flinched here, even if that was the case, we would have been fine. Oswald is really unique. I have been wanting to use a Hitmontop for a long time. He has a ton of special defense. He's overall just really good. It's a shame that I have been kind of feeling like wanting to use a different fighting type, as sad as that sounds. There's another fighting type that I would like to use over him. Like, I'd like to switch him out here and there, depending on what's coming up in the game. I'm actually kind of been having an itch to use my Meditite and use a Medicham on this playthrough. I think that would be really fun. So definitely let me know what you guys think versus Meditite versus Oswald. I know Meditite would have more weaknesses, and I wouldn't use it until after we're able to evolve it. So, like, it wouldn't... Whoa, counter? I'll consider it. I'm going to put it over Foresight, because we don't need that anymore. I mean, we can't attack ghost types at all. I don't see it becoming an issue. We'll be alright. Rapid Spin's useless, yeah, but Foresight, we're past the Ghost type gym. I don't see it being an issue. But I wouldn't use Meditite until after, like, the level limit is, like, until my team is, like, level 38. So it wouldn't be until, like, not Glacia, Candace. What is Goofy trying to learn? Fury Attack. Well, I would teach it over Peck, but we don't have Peck anymore. Goofy's kind of stuck with some HM moves, unfortunately, even though I kind of decided, hey, we might use Goofy for a while, because it's one of the water types that I would actually like to use, because Dan can't have any water type attacks yet, and I'm looking for something that can. Anyways, that was weird. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to using Medicham, potentially, or maybe we'll get a different fighting type down the line. That'd be cool. I'll use Helamoth now, because actually, I think there's more Rapidash and Ponyta and stuff like that. I might be wrong. That farmer down there, or whatever they're called, might not have a fire type. And if that's the case, we'll roll something that can switch. Actually, no, that's not true. We might get Dimmadome. I'll lead with Goofy just because... Actually, Dan is getting kind of on the lower level section. Everybody's kind of 28, 26. You're 27. So let's go ahead and use Dan. Dan, Drywall Master of the Universe. And I don't think I can fight this guy yet. Yeah, it's the morning trainer only, which is so silly. I hope that never returns. I won day and night and seasons and stuff, but no daytime specific trainers, please. This is the TM for Roost, TM51, which is actually really good. I think Goofy might be able to learn Roost out of everybody, which is interesting. Though I would probably want to teach it to Trap, since Trap is kind of my go-to flyer right now. My only flyer. Helamoth can get Roost too? Huh. Something to consider. Goofy can't learn it, no. So it would be Helamoth or Trap. Definitely something to consider down the line. It's the only TM we get for Roost, so I need to be really careful with how I use it, of course. Alright, let's spare up another Repel so we don't run into anything. Just in case I'm forgetting a Pokemon that we can get here, and then we completely kill the chance at a Miltank or a Tauros. I want Miltank, but... Who did I put up front? Dan. Right. I just wanted to make sure I put up the person I wanted up front. Alright, his Pokemon toughened up while working on the ranch, and he's really proud of him. He's righteous proud of him. I'm right proud of him. Did he say I'm right proud of him? He might have. His name is Marco, and he has a Ponyta. Yeah, I thought so. I didn't want to lead with Helamoth and then have to switch, and then my partner decided to be Dimmadome. Not that it would be a problem, because I think they only have Flame Wheel. That's a 4. Dimmadome, see? You see what would have happened, guys? And then things could have gotten really nasty now. Not that they would have. I think little Dimmadome would have been able to take a... Oh, it has Ember. I mean, that wouldn't have killed Dimmadome. The only way it would have been a problem is if Dimmadome kept missing with Rock Throw. Definitely something, though, that I'm glad I avoided. I'm glad I just went with Dan instead. These guys tend to have the Ponytas, and I know we have another double battle here coming up. And then I know the breeder up top has a Happiny and an Elekid. I trained on that guy for so long. That's where that's the best training spot in the game, basically, for a long time with the Versus Seeker. The Happiny just gives so much XP. And I feel like giving that XP to Dimmadome. Yeah. I'll do the double battle after this battle, just so I can do it with Dimmadome real quick. Fight me, breeder lady. You know, I should remember her name out of everybody's name. I don't. And I'm ashamed to admit it. What's your name again? Yeah, I wouldn't remember that. Khalil. Khalil? Khalil? Not a fan of the name Khalil. It's not something... Like, if I struggle to pronounce your name, I don't like it. But, yeah. Anyways, Elekid. It's the annoying part of the training here, because it can paralyze you. It's annoying. But if you can one-shot the Elekid with a special move, because you don't get staticked, and you can one-shot the Happiny, the experience gold mine here is unbelievable. But you don't get very much EVs. You get special attack from Elekid. Actually, Elekid might be speed. You get speed or special attack, and then you get HP. Pretty much just HP. I didn't roll because I forgot, but I don't need to roll. It's just the Happiny. Happiny can't really do anything at all. It has basic... I bet this Happiny has like 2 or 3 defense. So 1 physical attack and it's gone. And you get the gold mine. 1255. That's like Audino. This is the best training in the game for a long, long, long time. If you don't care about not getting very good IV spreads. Well, EV spreads, my bad. But that kind of can kill some Pokemon, especially when you're training up brand new Pokemon. So I like to go for... a nice spread. Not that I did last time, but I would like to do wild battle training for the most part, just to get a good spread out overall. All right, let's go ahead and lead this fight with Oswald. Actually, I'm gonna lead it with Dan, and we'll roll the dice for a partner for the double battle here. And a 3. Helamoth and Dan. So hopefully there's no electric types here. Holy crap, I was like, that 1 HP on Dan, I was like, that's no big deal. That actually might be a big deal if there's an electric type. I was just realizing, oh, I was just sitting here thinking, oh, an electric type would be bad for Helamoth. No, it'd be bad for Dan. Could you imagine Dan dying? People would lose their minds. I would lose my mind. And I think they might have Pikachu. Oh, God. All right, luckily it's just 1 Pikachu and not 2. Oh. 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 This isn't good at all. This could be death to Dan. The drywall master of the entire universe. And I was just thinking, oh, I might replace him here soon. What are people going to think? I put Dan in the PC? What if I put Dan out to pasture and he's dead? I have to bite it and strike it immediately with everything. Flinch it, Dan. Thank you. It's a crit. I don't think I needed the crit. They have like 0 defense. Whew. Dan, you're faster than a Pikachu. That's good. Holy crap. I'm at a loss for words. Dan probably... 1 electric type attack. If it was a Spark, I could have taken it, maybe. Because of the Intimidate. But... oh my god, what if Clefairy used Follow Me, and then Pikachu killed them both? Oh, you scare. I don't think it could have anything other than Spark at this point. But a Spark crit would have killed Dan. Or Helamoth. That was very scary. I led with Dan, dummy. I should have remembered the fact they had a Pikachu. I mean, I forgot. So, that's all the trainers on that route. Unfortunately, we don't get a Pokemon there. But we can go ahead and explore the MOOMOO MILK house. Oh my god, why did I buy super potions? Guys, I'm not the same Chroma that you guys knew long ago. I forgot my craving, my desire, and my love for MOOMOO MILK. Okay, guys. That might have seemed like an abrupt entrance to the Pokemon Center. I did have to heal, but I had to do something else in real life. Nothing urgent. Well, I mean, it was urgent, but nothing urgent. You know. Alright, let's continue. Anyways. Don't go close to the Psyduck. That's right. I feel like if I even walk up to him, it's going to activate it, and then I'm going to have to shut the game off. But I did save in the Pokemon Center just then, so It wouldn't be the end of the world. I'd like to know what would happen, but I'm not going to. I told myself, don't even touch it, because maybe it'll have some sort of an effect, right? Anything. I'm not touching any key item or doing anything with any key item that I don't already get in the game, other than the stuff like the secret key and the super rod and your PokéRadar, you know, the whole reason of the whole purpose of this entire playthrough, you know, don't forget that. Anyways, we are now in the MOOMOO MILK bar. This is a separate area? I mean, no Pokemon caught here would be legal, but, I mean, eggs. You can hatch your egg at the cafe! We got some trainers. What are we doing here? I don't want to fight with Dan because I feel like I'm gonna replace him. And everybody's screaming in the comments. Not Dan! I'm gonna go ahead and have lunch with this guy. What's up, Sam? How we doing? Oh, I was gonna say, is your name Sam? I'm gonna buy some MOOMOO milk. How ya doing? What ya having? All we ever have is the MOOMOO milk, $500 a bottle. My name's Forrest. Alright, we got 12 MOOMOO milk. We're gonna buy more of that after we're out of super potions and stuff, but this is our go-to healing item for the rest of the game. Yee! What's this lady? Well, she's a trainer! You know what? I'm gonna stick with it. Samantha this time. Not Sam, Samantha. Katie. That's what I appreciate about you, Katie. Is that what you appreciate about me? Yeah, we got a Clefairy. Okay, let's roll the dice. It's level 25, too. Nothing to sneeze at. Dan, we got out of 2. All right, let's see here. Bug Bite? Sure. Watch it have, like, Metronome Rock Slide. You take my moth from me. Never mind, you're dead. You crit. Thank you so much, Hello Moth. You're so cool. Oh, my God. Why would I want to replace you? Why is electric weakness a thing? Hellomoth's awesome. I've seen a couple people be like, you know, just replace Hellomoth. It's cool you brought him this far, but he's not going to be good down the line. And, you know, that just drives me to be like, we're taking Hellomoth the whole game. Am I right? This guy says, youngster, have you seen the Psyduck hurdle outside? They're suffering from chronic headaches, and I'm suffering from chronic backaches, and I don't know. Yeah. You want my secret potion? We got Big Bob and Doris. I'm gonna fight Big Bob. I know one of them have a Munchlax, so it's a collector. We got Bob and Doris here. Watch this be actually Bob. Throws barking because I called him Bob, you know. I call Throw Bob sometimes. Throw Bob, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's got a hair cross, and his name's Fernando. What happened? We rolled a 1. Not that I'm gonna need it. Wait, actually, yeah, we're not gonna need it, but trap. Why not? We'll gust it, and it's dead in 1 shot. It's 4 times weak to flying type attacks. If this doesn't kill it in 1 shot, maybe Hellomoth's time on the team might come to an end for a little while. Yeah. Goodbye, Heracross, Hellomoth, Haramoth, Haribo bears. It's good times. Haribo bears. Haribo. What is that? They're Haribo. Haribo. I don't know where I'm going with this. This guy has a Munchlax. But it's actually really cool because they're collectors. His name is Edwin. They both have Honey Tree Pokemon. But this guy, Edwin, is the best Honey Tree collector on the planet. He's got a Munchlax. Wait, I should've... What if this thing has leftovers? 5. I should have got Woodstock out. I doubt it has leftovers. If it does, I'm gonna be sad. I mean, we might one-shot it, so it doesn't actually... We'll never know, right? If it has leftovers, and I didn't steal it, I'm gonna be so disappointed. I'm not gonna switch, just because we're gonna outspeed it and take it out. Yeah, there's no need. It doesn't have leftovers. It's basically just a worthless Munchlax. Goodbye, Munchlax. You're no good. You're gone. I mean, you're good to Edwin. He got you in a Honey Tree, or so he claims. Yeah. I see what you did. Transfer a Snorlax from Generation 3, and then you breed it with a Lax Incense. And you, wait, it's a full Incense, not a Lax Incense. Full Incense is for Munchlax for some reason. Right? Yeah, I'm pretty certain. And then you told everybody, I found this in a Honey Tree. You lying, Edwin. Stop lying. Why you always lying? Why you always lying? Right? Yeah. All right, let's continue. So we get a Pokemon here. This is a new Route 215. And this guy has a Shieldon and a Bronzor, from what I remember. But I get We'll do it with Dan. Yeah, we'll do it with Dan. Dan Drywall, Master of the Universe. I'll never forget this guy's Pokemon. I'll forget his name. I'm gonna go Troy. He's a treasure hunter. But you see, I have an interesting story. When I was first playing Diamond and Pearl, I did a second playthrough. Oh, it might have been on a Platinum playthrough. I don't remember. But I had a Grotle, and I was doing just with my starter. And all I had was Grotle at this point in the game, and I could not beat this guy. Grotle physically could not beat this guy because his Pokemon just resist grass and normal so much. And for some reason, I didn't have Bite. Don't ask me why, but I struggled so bad to take down Calvin here. I rolled a 1. Oswald. There we go. Oswald. Because Oswald could take down Shieldon if I needed. But Dan can Dragon Rage it to death, of course. Also, this is a really dangerous route. It's raining. Good for water types, but you see, I'm using a Gyarados against him right now. There's a Gyarados trainer at the end of this place. Deadly. And it's a double battle. But you can skip the double battle, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, of course. But it's a really, really scary double battle. And if you can't skip the double battle, that might actually be a death zone for the FateLocke. Hypnosis? Why are you doing this to me, Calvin? I don't understand. I mean, I could just switch to Oswald, but Dan will wake up. Dan is a very early bird. The early bird always catches the worm. Right, Dan? You know the rules. You know how it is. You're gonna wake up, and I'm gonna be so proud of you. Not that you can do anything to Dan. I could sit here all day, and you're never gonna beat Dan, Drywall, Master of the Universe, Calvin. You want Dan on your team, so you can do some nice drywall on your home, you know, fix it up real nice, have your home looking pretty and sharp. Calvin, is that what you want, Calvin? Maybe your Bastiodon can do it. Excuse me, Dan, now I'm disappointed in you. You're supposed to wake up early, Dan. This is just a blasphemy. Can you imagine if this happened in Fantina's gym from Haunter? I used hypnosis, even though I outsped it and killed it in one shot. Thank you for waking up, Dan. Oh, you're still confused. That's right. Not no more. Because we're going to switch. Dan's going to hit level 28, which is good. We don't get any water moves until Surf, I don't think. So Dan's just not going to be carrying his weight much longer on the playthrough, I wouldn't think. Until later on in the game when we get Waterfall. But that's so far away. I unfortunately think we're going to have to opt him out for somebody else. Oswald, his partner for the fight, can come on out and take Shieldon out. No problem at all. I would fake out, but it's a Shieldon. It would do, like, no damage, and Sturdy's not a thing in this gen. I mean, it is, but it doesn't do what Sturdy does in Gen 5 and onwards. So we'll just one-shot it with a nice Rock Smash and be on our way. 4 times a week, bud. What are you going to do, Shieldon? You're no good. Granidos is better. I mean, not really. I would rather use Bastiodon. I'd love to use Bastiodon, personally, but unfortunately, Steelix is kind of calling our names here. Good old Douglas Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Of course, don't forget him. Don't forget Douglas. All right, let's go ahead and heal up. Let's use the Super Potion. Need to get rid of these things so we can use our MOOMOO Milk. I can't believe I forgot we could buy MOOMOO Milk. What was wrong with me? That's like kind of been the whole staple of my channel. At least at the beginning of my channel, it was like, I love me some MOOMOO Milk. Like, it's the best healing item in the entire game. You don't even fight me right now because it's not morning. Why are you jogging in the rain? Have you ever heard of, like, going home? Not me. And he's probably like a rain nor shine, I will jog. Yeah. This guy, he gives me the TM for payback. That's an incredible thing. It's actually a really good TM, and it'll be really useful on a Pokemon whenever I decide to teach it, but I need to save it because it's the only one we're going to get this playthrough, and I need to use it when the time is right. I need to, when the, you know, is the price right? I'd pay for it. Payback TM. There is an item there. It's a Revive. That's some money, right? Money, honey? How we doing today? Okay. So there's a trainer over here we can only access with cuts. Goofy's going to go ahead and pave our way to victory here. And you know what? Goofy gave me the access point to this guy. I feel like it's only fitting to fight him with Goofy. Anybody else agree? I agree, of course. And it's raining, so Goofy probably can make this thing feel pretty goofy for even fighting me. Gregory, that's even your name. It is, of course. It says right there on the screen. Goofy's got another 1. Are we calling it? No, I didn't call it, but that's awesome. Hellomoth. Sure. Bubble Beam probably can one-shot all of them. If they're Machop, I'll be able to one-shot them all with Bubble Beam because of the rain. I hope. This guy shouldn't have been jogging in the rain because he's about to get wet. Am I right? Guys, Goofy's gonna drench this guy. He's gonna drench this guy and his Machop. If he just has 3 Machop, that's such a boring trainer. Gregory, you should probably evolve your Pokemon. Have Machop, Machamp, and Machoke. And then talk to me. That'd actually would be a pretty cool trainer. Lots of attack EVs from Gregory here. I didn't even think about that, but like Versus Seeker could train EVs so well. Like obviously the Happiny trainer gives HP, but if you found like specific trainers that gave pretty good XP, you could EV train pretty easily just off of some trainers. Not half bad of an idea, although I'll probably stick to wild encounters for the majority of the game. I'm gonna try to anyways, and use the Versus Seeker sparingly. Like I'm gonna use it a lot against the Socialites south of Hardhome, you know, to max out our money for TMs and such. But other than that, probably just gonna go ahead and train in the grass. That's the plan anyways. Oh, he was guarding a fist plate. Well, that's an item that we can give Oswald. I don't think Oswald has an item of importance. Oswald does have an item. It was the amulet coin. Well, speaking of the Socialite south of Hardhome, guys, am I right? We're gonna go ahead and slap the fist plate on Oswald. Whenever he uses his fists, he will just look at, not that he uses fists, he uses his feet. He'll just go ahead and look at the enemy and be like, hey, I'm gonna look at my plate real quick. Let me read my plate. Got some power, we're gonna attack. All right, Goofy. Sure, Goofy can fight again. This guy has sharp Pokemon fighting moves. That's not nice. You should not punch anybody with sharp hands. Like, if you got, like, blades on your hands, don't do that, Derek. That's not nice. I'm gonna have a talk with you tonight, Derek. Not tonight. Derek's coming over on Friday. Nice segue. We rolled a 5. Yeah, on Friday, Derek's coming over. Rival Derek, of course. And we're gonna live stream some Pokemon. Not Pokemon. Probably not Pokemon. We're gonna live stream, though, which would be pretty cool. So if you guys are watching this live and want to see that, Rival Derek and me stream some Mario Party and stuff, definitely come over to Twitch on Friday. It's gonna be good times. I also have updated my schedule. I mean, this might not hold true, you know, in a couple of months or a year, whenever anybody else comes across the channel, of course. But I changed that. There's like a little PNG thing in the description of my channel, which shows what I'm planning on doing. Obviously, things are subject to change, but I'm gonna try to keep to it, of course. We're almost gonna get our encounter. There's a big patch of grass up ahead with an odd keystone in it, I think. Actually, why am I thinking there's an odd keystone up there? There's not. There's an item in the tree, though, I think. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. I just could have swore there was a odd keystone hidden up here, but I know there's only one west of Hardhome and in your hometown, in Twinleaf Town, so I don't know what I'm thinking about there. Anyways, we're finding some good items, like Hyper Potions, the Fist Plate, and we're about to get an item, well, a Pokemon, that isn't the odd keystone. Look at that guy getting ready to snipe me. Should Goofy fight yet another fighting type trainer? You know what? I don't see anybody screaming no, so let's do it, right? Goofy was screaming no. He's like, no, I don't want to do it. What if they outspeed me and punch me? I'll get my beak punched. Meh. Black Belt Nathaniel has a Krogunk. So did we fight a Machop, and a Machop, then a Krogunk, and now a Krogunk? If that's the case, it's that's pretty good. If there was Pokemon Fusion, the guy in the middle could have been a Krogunk Machop combo. A 5 again. Whatever. I don't even know who's in slot 5. Goofy can take down these Krogunk. No problem. Speaking of Pokemon Fusion, I don't really want it, personally. I mean, it would be a gimmick for Gen 8, but I don't think that's going to be the gimmick, and I hope not, because I don't feel right about fusing my Pokemon. That just don't sound right, alright? Like, picture Machop. Like, it'd be like, hey, I mean, it's kind of interesting, because I used to make Pokemon sprites as a kid, which is like Pokemon Fusions, right? And, like, picture Machop's head on a Krogunk body. That'd be silly. But when I made Pokemon sprites, like, I was a kid, so most of them were pretty bad. They're on my channel somewhere. If anybody wants to dig... Not on my channel, on YouTube somewhere. If somebody wants to dig those up. Nobody's been able to find them. But, like, you know, when you're a kid, you do stupid stuff like just put a Machop head on a Krogunk body. There's so much more to Pokemon spriting, at least back in the day. Like, I always liked the Pokemon sprites that had several different Pokemon in them, but you couldn't even make out what any of them were. Like, it was so different, not just like a copy-paste type thing. I got pretty good at them as time went on. Excuse me. Yeah, I got pretty good at them as time went on. But I never kept up with it. I'm glad I didn't, because that would probably be what I did on YouTube. And I like doing these much better. I had a whole bunch of channels before I stuck with this one. I think most people do. Got an Ultra Ball here. Maybe that's the item I was thinking of. I mean, that's got nothing to do with, nothing to do with an odd keystone, but maybe I was training here when I was thinking about activating the odd keystone one day. Who knows? TM34 Shockwave. That's actually really good. That might be good for the Gyarados trainer coming up. And maybe somebody on my team wants to learn it that I would want to have it. Nobody can learn it. We're going to completely forget about that. I wish I had Plasmius right now. That would be really good for that Gyarados trainer. Anyways, we should get ourselves an encounter here. There's not very many things I can actually get. I can get Lickitung, and I can get Marill. So I'll probably get Marill. I don't want Marill. I've used it several times on the channel before. And I like using it on those playthroughs instead. Lickitung is what I want. Hey, Lickitung! Awesome! So many cool normal types. Like, we're going to get Miltank or Tauros, right? We got Chansey, and now we got Lickitung, which I also believe is a 5%. Let me go ahead and check right now, because I've got CRB pulled up on my phone from when I was looking to see what the encounters here were in the first place before I started. No, I don't want to go back to Solaceon Town. Wait a second. I clicked on Celestic Town? No. Also, I've had really, really bad nightmares catching Lickitung on the channel before, which was from Pokemon Crystal. Yeah, it's a 10%. Not bad. I mean, Marill was so much more common. I'm glad I didn't get that. Like, I've used Marill so much, I don't want to use it again. There's no way Metal Claw kills it. I have to weaken it. Its catch rate is pretty horrible. Yeah, Metal Claw's not going to do nothing. Well, who's Goofy going to try and catch this with is one thing we need to check. A 3. Who's in slot 3? Hopefully it's not Dan. It is Dan. I mean... Alright, Lickitung have a lot of HP, right? They should be able to take a Dragon Rage after a Metal Claw. Its catch rate is 45, so... I hate Supersonic. It's so annoying when it hits, because it's so likely to miss, that when it hits, it's just like, why are you doing this to me? Actually, what if it has something that can, like, recoil damage, right? It doesn't. I know it doesn't. Let's use Dragon Rage. Please have more than 40 HP. Otherwise, I lost out on the chance of using a Licky, and I'm gonna sulk in the corner. Yes, I knew you had more than 40 HP. I feel so smart. Lickitung, you are going to join my PC box, and you have a very high chance of being used. I would love to use a Licky. Oh my god, that would be so cool. Premier Ball. Because if we're going to use you, maybe we'll use you right. With a nice white Pokeball. Not gonna happen? Okay. I understand. Understandable. You know, I had a really bad time catching this thing in the past on the channel before. Like I said, in Pokemon Crystal, it was like one of the worst catches I've ever had in my entire existence. We're not gonna have that happen again. We're gonna throw the Ultra Ball and just get this over with. There's my revenge for the horrible 45 catch rates in the past on this series. Like, Wobbuffet started us off in a very bad way. Luckily, it's the only time it's going to happen. Lickitung is the licking Pokemon. When it extends its over 6-foot-long tongue, its tail quivers. There is a possibility they are connected. What? That's so weird. So you're telling me the tongue goes through its tail? That's just weird. That's wild. Alright, I got an idea for a name for this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and look it up really quick to ensure that I've got the name in my mind right, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, guys, I've got a couple of ideas for a nickname. Let's go ahead and see what gender it was. I think it was a female, which might change things for me. Yeah, it was a female. So, let's look into the Bulbapedia page. I was thinking of naming it after the thing that clowns pull out of their mouth, which apparently is that's just a streamer. And when I googled that, I got some pretty scary images. So I'm not very happy with my time here on Google today. Anyways, we've got a couple of other things. Apparently, in the red and blue beta, Lickitung was originally known as Tongue-Tied. I was thinking of naming it Tongue-Tied. Tongue-Tid? Tongue-Tid? Tongue-Tid Sid? I'd name him Sid, but it's a girl, so instead I think we're gonna go ahead and name her after something from yokai mythology. There's this creature that has a single claw on each foot with a gigantic tongue, and it might be based off of that. And it's known to lick filth out of bathhouses. We're gonna ignore that part about this guy here. I'm not gonna name it the whole thing, but I'm gonna name it a part of it. And it sounds like a girly name, so we're gonna go ahead and name this Lickitung Akana. So we have Akana, the Lickitung, which I think is a pretty cool name. I was wanting so bad to name that thing Wi-Fi. Or I was gonna name it Spectrum because it's pretty weird and it's probably a bit on the spectrum, but, you know, like the internet company, Spectrum. That was my thought process on that one. Anyways, yeah, here's that double battle I was talking about. It's not a forced double battle, thankfully. And I'm not going to fight it as a double battle, so... yeah. We're gonna go ahead and do it separately. Let's see here. If you're doing a FateLocke and you want to have a harder time, maybe force yourself to do them as a double battle all the time. That'd be cool. Not today, though. We're gonna lead with Trap. Actually, that's a pretty bad idea. I feel like I should lead with Dan. I know one of them has a Monferno, and one of them has a Gyarados. Wish me luck. Our Gyarados should be better than his, and Gyarados tends to have good special defense, so if we just use Bite over and over again, we'll be good. Or we could just use Dragon Rage. I don't know. Let's pick the top one first. Actually, no. Let's do the bottom one first. This girl says she'll take on anyone. It can only make her stronger. That's true, but for me, if I take on you and you wipe out my Pokemon, you're going to make me quite weaker, Dennis. This isn't a girl. It's a Gligar. Ooh. Yeah, these trainers are scary, obviously. They've got lots of different types of Pokemon. But Gligar shouldn't be able to do too much to Dan. Who is Dan gonna fight with? Go. A 5. Goofy. That doesn't help me much. We'll just bite it over and over again, I guess. Hopefully we'll be faster, which we are, and we'll be able to make it flinch. Now, this isn't good. So because of this, I know it's not going to go for a ground-type attack because, obviously, it wouldn't work against Dan. I'm going to take this turn here to go for Goofy, Dan's partner of the fight, and get rid of the Screech and just take out Gligar with Goofy. I don't want something to come out that I would want to fight with Dan and then have my defense be lowered 2 stages. Instead, we'll just take a little bit of a hit here from Feint Attack and then be able to blast this thing down with a Bubble Beam, or hose it down, rather. It's raining. It's going down in one shot. It is so weak to water. Not so weak. It's just normally weak, but you know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, the rain would make it so weak because it's gonna hurt a lot more. Because apparently, wouldn't Bubble Beam not work in the rain? There's some logic, right? You blow bubbles and then the rain just pops them all. Can you imagine that? Goofy used Bubble Beam, but the rain popped the bubbles, and then it just shows Prinplup standing there like, wah! You know, like, what has happened? I could so see that in the anime. Weasel. Yeah, we'll do that with Dan. I don't know what it could do to Dan, so yeah, we'll do it with Dan. And his other Pokemon is probably going to be Monferno. I think this is the Monferno guy. If not, it's the Gyarados guy, which is, you know, scary. We would want Dan to be as high of health as possible, but I mean, I probably should have thought about that. Yeah, let's just bite it. Maybe we can make a flinch. Oh! This one has Pursuit. I'm glad this isn't the one I switched on, but yeah, we'll be able to do this, no problem. I was hoping we would outspeed Weasel and maybe make it flinch. Not today. I mean, that would have been nice. Hopefully it does a little, tiny bit of damage. That means I'll be able to heal it all back up. Nah, it's going for Swift. If it went for Pursuit again, maybe. But Swift would probably do a good amount. Yeah, a little bit more than the Pursuit did. So we won't get to full health, unfortunately. We'll get like 1 HP off of that because of the damage we dealt was not very high. Yeah, 98. All right, please not be Gyarados. If it's the Gyarados trainer, that could be really bad, especially if it has water-type attacks. Drifblim? Huh. Okay, that's fine. Is it? I feel like it could have like Shockwave or something. Don't do me dirty like that. Just don't do me dirty. Like, if it does, I have no way of knowing. I would stay in just because of Bite. And we'll fully heal because we outsped, which is good. So whatever it throws at us, we'll be able to take. Ominous Wind. Yeah, we're fine. It could be bad, though, if it raises all of its stats and then outspeeds me and has something great. Yeah, we're fine. Drifblim is definitely nothing that I remembered him having. It's interesting, right? We could have a Drifblim at this point. I mean, if we used... if we caught the Drifloon instead of our Shellos. think we caught Shellos at the Valley Windworks. No, we caught our Weasel Nori there. That's right. Who we don't even have anymore. Not because they died, but because we opted to trade her for our Charapgod, our Chatot, which I think was a good trade. I always wanted to use Chatot, and I think it's really cool. So, yeah. Next guy is Monferno. I know that next guy is Monferno. And Gyarados. That's a beefy team. Could Goofy fight Gyarados? No. I have to lead with Dan. That's the only thing that makes any sense right now. So we'll just hope we roll Goofy again, right? We'll heal them both up with the Super Potions and take on the Gyarados trainer. I have to. You have to fight them both. There's no skipping. I'm not allowing skipping. I have to fight every trainer anyways, but like for anybody playing through this game, you have to fight these trainers. There's no way into Veilstone City unless you do. Let's go for it, all right? She's taking the Veilstone Gym Challenge, but first, she wants to go ahead and take me on, which is actually a really good thing, because if she can't beat me, she can't beat Maylene. Actually, I am curious if she could beat Maylene. Ooh, Roselia. I'm glad I didn't lead with Goofy. I should be able to take Roselia on, no problem with Dan. We're not weak to grass, which is good for us. Let's roll the dice. A 2. That's not Goofy. Who is it? Helamoth. Well, I'll fight Roselia with Helamoth then. Because I'm going to guess it's going to go for Leech Seed. I don't want Dan to take any unnecessary damage, and Helamoth should be able to take Roselia out, no problem. It did go for Leech Seed, which is good. We'll be able to get rid of that when we switch Helamoth back out for Dan after the fact of taking out Roselia. And then we'll be able to take on his Gyarados and Monferno, no problems at all with Dan. That is the plan. And if not, Helamoth and Dan are going to die because Helamoth can't fight Gyarados. Oh, I mean, yeah, Helamoth can't fight Gyarados. And Helamoth can't fight Monferno. Are you kidding me? So I'm begging you, trainer, I didn't catch your name. Don't switch into Monferno. Thank you very much. I mean, that would have been fine. We would have got nice gust damage on him and then been able to switch back out. It would have been a hassle. Toxic Spikes. Really? I mean, it won't do anything because Helamoth and Dan both are flying type, meaning Toxic Spikes aren't going to do anything. But that is interesting. I hadn't even thought about Toxic Spikes. That could have been really bad if we led with Goofy. This trainer might have actually been able to take us out. Helamoth and Goofy couldn't have been able to do that, and somebody would have died here. I am so glad I went with Dan, Drywall Master of the Universe. That's why I don't want to get rid of him quite yet, because he's just always a safe bet. If I'm not sure, Dan does it. Okay, there is no Monferno, it's Lickitung. Which, in this case, I do want to switch, just because I don't want to keep taking Leech Seed damage. Toxic Spikes won't do anything because we are a flying type, so we should be good here. And Lickitung is going to come out. Her name's Maya. Maya and Miguel. I think I did this exact same reference in the original Platinum Wedlocke that I did. Yeah, I did. Dragon Rage would probably do more than Bite, because it's Lickitung. I'd be able to two-shot it regardless, probably, so we'll just go for Dragon Rage. Ew, that's going to be cutting it close. It might have a little bit more than 40 HP, but because it went for Defense Curl, I'm going to go for the fixed damage rather than just going for Bite, because Bite's not going to do much less now because of the Defense Curl. And Dragon Rage take out Lickitung, I hope, unless it's got like 81 HP, and then I'm going to be a sad sap. Yeah, it does have 81 HP. That's exactly how much HP it has. It's 81. That is 1 hit point. Well, you know what? Just adds insult to injury to the Lickitung. I'm going to bite it, because I know it'll die. It has 1 HP, so that's unfortunate for us that it happened to have that much HP when I called it. Yeah, Dan's going to hit level... Oh, not going to hit level 29. Are you kidding me? I might have needed that level for... what? Waltz? What? Okay, I guess the Gyarados trainer's in Diamond and Pearl. Maya's a joke. Evolve the Ralts and then take on Maylene. Okay, and don't do it with your Lickitung or your Roselia. You're not going to win. Yeah, Maya's not going to win. That would be an interesting video series. Taking on gym challenges with trainers that say they're going to take on the gym using their exact team and seeing if you can do it. That would be a really, really interesting series idea. There's a couple I can think about, like the trainer that says, oh, I'm going to go take on Rourke. And I think there's one that says, I'm going to take on Roxy. And there's a whole bunch of those types. And their team doesn't look capable, especially not at the level that they're using. But it's interesting. I think that'd be a cool series idea. Nothing I would do, probably, just because it takes a lot of effort. And I'd have to do it with an emulator and hacking teams. That's not really my forte. Unfortunate. No, not my forte, so... You know, maybe somebody else will do that. Maybe somebody already has. If you do, let me know. And credit me for the idea. Yeah, thanks. No, I'm just kidding. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, and we're now in Veilstone City. the next city of the game. This is where we will get our 4th gym badge of the game, which is awesome. There's an item up here. We got a star piece. That's gonna be some money. Maybe we'll be able to sell that and buy some TMs, buy some things at the department store. Hello, we can go shopping. We can go gambling. This is our big boy city. And we'll be exploring this in the next episode. Of course, this has been a pretty long episode, I'd say. Had to do a lot. I wanted to make it to Veilstone this episode, so. You gotta do what you gotta do. And we get Fly this episode, well, next episode too, which is pretty cool. Not that we can use it. And we'll get Fly until, yeah, until after we save whatever, but we can't use it until after we beat Wake or Maylene? Maylene, because Wake is Surf. Right, let's check out our new Pokemon we caught. Our Lickitung, Akana, has a timid nature, which is bad. That lowers attack and raises speed. That's pretty bad for a Machamp, for a Lickitung. It's bad for a Machamp too, and Oblivious. So, it'd be cool to use. I'd like to use a Licky, but we also have Grandmama over here, which would be so cool to use. Look at her. She's gonna be a Blissey, maybe. And we got Woodstock and El Primo here still. I might go ahead and use Woodstock for the gym, just because Trap God's not going to obey past level 30, like I said. So next episode, we're probably going to do lots of renovations. I want to train for the next gym. There's a lot of things we can do. I could use Franklin. I could get a Claydol. I don't think Claydol we've had at that point. We might, though. I don't remember what level it evolves. Plasmius is probably going to be used. We could use... hey, we could even use Merlonio. There's a lot of things that could happen here. We'll just have to wait and see what I decide. So until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you did, a like is appreciated. It helps out a great deal. And if you want to see more Pokemon Nuzlocke variants like the FateLocke here, feel free to subscribe. And until then, I'll catch you guys next time when we explore all of Veilstone City. And maybe even the surrounding areas. And who knows, I might even take on Maylene next episode. That's entirely possible. I might go on to the next few routes first, though. Might try do a little bit of training and then take on the next routes. I'll probably take on Maylene. That's my thoughts anyways for now. But until then, I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching.